So today we're going to be doing Investigation 2.3 Phases of the Moon. And you guys are going to be watching a video during this one. It's called All About the Moon, and you guys can find that when you log onto the FOSS website under, let's see, I believe it'll be multimedia, something about like that, and then streaming videos. Make sure you guys do the English version. And this video is about 24 minutes. And write 4 things that you learned. Now, our focus question is, how does the shape of the moon change over 4 weeks? And so by the time you guys are watching this one, I'm hoping that you guys have been outside, you've been observing the moon, you've been filling out your moon chart like I asked you to. And so just really think about, how does the shape of the moon change over 4 weeks? How would you describe the pattern? All right, did it get bigger? Did it get smaller? Did it do both? What kind of pattern did it have? Pattern? All right, so really we've got our moon phases. The shape of the moon changes in a predictable pattern over and over based on the moon's orbit. Okay, these are called phases. It takes 4 weeks for the moon to go through all the phases. All right, this is called a lunar cycle. All right, and the main phases are going to have names. So we've got our new moon, which is this one. Okay, nothing to see. Not visible. And the reason this is not visible, does anybody know why? Sorry, I got a leg cramp. Does anybody know why it's not visible? Good. That is because the moon is between Earth and the sun. The dark side of the moon is toward Earth. Right, that's why we don't see anything. So the next one is going to be called the first quarter. First quarter. The right side of the moon is lit, and the left side is dark. Next, so let's see. First, oops, sorry. first quarter moon. All right, and we've already had one of these this month. Next comes the full moon. When the entire of the moon is facing Earth and is lit up. All right, so we can see the whole disc or the whole side of it. All right, next, let's see. Do I have a picture? Here we go. Full moon. All right, so you can see all of it. Next comes third quarter. Left side is lit. Right side is dark. Let's see, third quarter. There's our third quarter moon. So we've got these intermediary, or we've got these like in-between spaces, and these are called intermediate. Intermediate phases. So these are our crescent. And a crescent moon is shaped like a smile. I like to think of it, I don't know how many of you have ever seen Alice in Wonderland, but if you have, think about the Cheshire Cat. All right, the Cheshire Cat smile, where he's grinning. I kind of think of it like that, except to the side. So shaped like a smile, less than half lit. All right, so let's see. Where are my two crescents? Here. All right, so we've got two different crescents. We've got the waning crescent moon, and we have the waxing crescent moon, and we will get into the differences, between them later. So how it works is that first we have the waxing. The waxing is always going to come first because it's the first appearance. Waxing. Okay, so waxing equals bigger. And takes 7 days until the first quarter. Then we have our gibbous. We have the waxing and the waning. And I bet you guys can guess which one comes first, waxing or waning. Good. All right. So the next one is gibbous. Between quarters and full. So this is like 3/4 lit, more than half. Okay, this is another 7 days till full. All right, so if you guys are seeing a pattern, all right, we've got our crescent moon. All right, we've got our crescent moon. 7 days later, we have our first quarter. Then after that, we've got crescent, waxing. 7 days later after waxing, we have the first quarter. 7 days after that, the gibbous. 7 days after that, or not gibbous, sorry. Waxing. 7 days after that, first quarter. 7 days after that, half. 7 days after that, we have the third quarter. 7 days after that, we have the gibbous. 7 days after that, we have the full. All right, so after the full moon, the moon begins to wane. Wane equals smaller. All right, and so this is about the perfect time for you guys to stop viewing this and then watch the movie and then come back to this. All right. I'm not. We're going to skip the activity for this one. What you guys can do for an activity for this part is, oh, there it is. I have a little ball on a straw, and the whole idea is that as you are moving around, the light is like the sun, and so, alright, I've got my flashlight too. And if you stare right at it, let me get the light, I'll be right back. Alright, we're gonna hope this works. So, if you're looking at it, you see the light? Do you see that half of it's illuminated and half of it's not? Alright, so the half, so, how do I put this? Okay, the flashlight is the sun, this little ball is the Earth's the moon, and Earth is over there in the corner. Alright, Earth cannot currently see the moon because this is a new moon. So if you see the dark side, that's Earth. If you're standing on Earth, you're seeing the dark side of the moon. Now, as Earth rotates, so does the moon. And we can kind of see as it rotates around and around, it rotates all the way around until we get our full moon. And then it keeps going around. Okay, it's getting smaller. Sorry. It's getting smaller until we can't see as much of it. So it's waning. It's getting smaller until we reach again the new moon. And then it comes around again and it is waxing. Right? That means it's getting bigger. Alright, and it's pretty easy for you guys to do this at home. All you really need is a light and something that you can hold in front of you. Alright, so that you can kind of get an idea of how it works. Let's see. Alright, we are going to go over, I gave you guys a worksheet that's the phases of the moon. So the moon orbits Earth during a 4-week cycle. In each box, place the phase of the moon we see from Earth during that cycle, then name each phase. Alright, now I'll walk through this one with you guys. Alright, so it starts off. There we go. I'll do a couple with you guys. So it starts off with, you can't see anything. So that's your new moon. Seven days. What happens next? Alright, is it getting bigger or smaller? It's getting bigger. So, what happens? What happens next? Alright. Sorry, I got distracted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, well, if you guys aren't sure, we can start at the bottom. new moon. All right, we have to do waxing gibbous, waxing bigger, third quarter, full, waning. Remember, waning means it's getting. What does waning mean? Does anybody remember? Waning means smaller. Crescent waxing. And if you guys are sure about what you're doing, feel free to keep working ahead of me. We have our new moon, but I think we can cross off our new moon. Figured that one out. First quarter. And then our waning gibbous. And you guys can use the reading to help you. If you're unsure, the reading for this chapter, there's several readings. This one has a lot of readings. All right, so the lunar cycle starts on page 38. So our first one, we've got our new moon. Then after that, we have our waxing crescent. Next, what comes next? After the waxing crescent, 7 days go by. First quarter. Seven days later, after the waxing crescent, or after the first quarter, we get our waxing gibbous. Good. All right, because waxing gibbous means it's 3/4. All right, it's not half anymore. All right, the first quarter, that's about a half moon. All right, so waxing gibbous. Next comes after, good, the full. And let me shade these in for you guys a little bit more. First quarter, waxing gibbous. Full. Then, what comes after the full moon? It's got to get smaller. Good. So then the waning. And is it gibbous or crescent? Good, it's the gibbous. And the thing is, so you see how the light's creeping in this way? Well, now it's got to do the same thing, except it's going to be the darkness creeping in. Remember, 7 days. After that, the waning gibbous, we have our third quarter. Which puts us at about half again. See the difference between first quarter and third quarter? Which sides are colored in? Now we still have the waning crescent. And we'd start, let's see, oh, we'd start over again, wouldn't we? So really we do use the new moon twice. All right, I hope this helped. All right, there are 5 questions on the reading for you guys to do. but I'm sure that you guys won't have any problem doing those. As always, if you guys have any questions, make sure that you guys are, well, actually you have 2 readings, or 3 readings. You've Changing Moon and Lunar Cycle, and then I want you guys to read the section about eclipses. All right, they're really cool. All right, remember, as always, if you guys have any questions, email me right away, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. All right, have a good night. Bye.